Hi, it's Colleen from Keeping the Peace, and welcome back to another episode of Colleen Answers Your Questions. Today, our question comes in the down bar of choosing handgun, or 7 considerations for choosing handgun, episode 3, when we were talking about hand fit. The question comes from Daniel M. here on YouTube. He says, can you address women with soft hands? For instance, arthritis, chemotherapy, things like that would cause weak hands. I have found that a .22 long rifle is their best defense. I've also found they can cycle, clear jams, and just overall handle them better than other calibers. The Sig P938 in .22 long rifle is a great choice. I just have them practice on headshots and center mass targets. Okay, so let me mention something first before I get into this. There are a lot of ladies out there who think they have weak hands, but in reality their hands are fine. They just haven't been taught the proper techniques for handling the firearm to employ the strengths that they naturally have. I would consider my hands in general to be weak, but I can manipulate any handgun you hand me because of the techniques that I use, not because I'm strong. I'm not strong at all. In fact, if I were strong, I might not even, be so passionate about carrying a firearm. So because I am weak, that's why I carry one. And I'm admittedly so. So let's just throw that out there first. But let's address the people that really do have a severe weakness. For instance, I can relate to this. If you have severe nerve damage, you can literally lose your grip strength. And I've lost grip strength all the way down to like 30% before because of my nerve damage. I've gone through periods of that. So I totally understand what that's like. Like couldn't turn a lid on a can, couldn't button my own pants at one time. I totally understand that. And yes, that's a serious issue. .22 long rifles generally do have a looser spring, so you have, looser action, and it is in general a lot easier to manipulate the slide. However, sometimes safeties, slide locks, can be just as difficult. So those things you definitely need techniques for. And I have found in my experience the Sig P938, which is a 380 ACP, quite a bit more power than a .22 long rifle. You can literally cycle the slide on that gun with a pinky finger. It takes almost no effort to cycle the slide. I wouldn't recommend cycling the slide with your pinky finger. I'm just saying you can. It takes literally no strength to do it. So that's the gun that I recommend to people who truly do have weak hands. Now, if I'm working with them and they think they have weak hands, I generally try to teach them quite a few different techniques first, and generally that solves the problem like that. Usually it's not a weakness, usually it's a technique problem, but if genuinely there's a strength problem, I would totally steer them toward the Sig P938. And no, this is not sponsored. I don't get any kickback from that at all. It's just the truth. I've worked with a lot of different handguns, and that one by far, in my opinion, is the easiest to manipulate. The safety is easy to manipulate. The slide is easy to manipulate. Now when you step up to the Sig P938, which is same make, different model, and it's a 9mm, the slide is slightly more difficult because the spring is more tense, and the safety, in my opinion, and I do have weak hands, I have arthritis in my thumbs, the safety on the Sig P938 is almost impossible for me to engage with my thumb alone. I almost always have to use the thumb from my support hand to come up and engage it. I can disengage it just fine with my strong hand thumb, but I don't have the thumb strength to re-engage it. So I'm just throwing that out there for my own personal experience. So great question. And if any of you guys either have weak hands yourselves and you have suggestions, please leave it in the comments down below. If you have worked with someone with this problem and you have found a perfect gun for them, please leave that down below also, because we can help each other, we can learn from each other, and that's the best part, in my opinion, about doing these kinds of videos, is learning from all of you guys in the down bar. If you like the Colleen Answers Questions series, please give this a thumbs up, recommend it to your friends, and consider submitting your own questions to the series in the comments below. I appreciate all of you watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.